Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? This is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. Even though, she's covered up in her game day apparel. Anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all about what's been going on. So I just left from dropping off a birthday gift to my friend. His birthday is tomorrow, but he was supposed to be going out of town. Now he had a death in the family, and he doesn't know if he's gonna be able to leave, but he's definitely off work. But anyway, a couple of months ago, I sent him a picture and asked him if he liked this anime shirt that I saw that was randomly in this store. I couldn't even believe it was in that store. But anyway, he was like, yeah, I like that. I would wear it. I was like, okay. So I just gave it to him, and I told him that I would have to come back another day to bring him some cash because he doesn't have like Cash App, Venmo, all that stuff. And he was like, oh, I do have Cash App now. I was like, since when? Because I used to have to tell him all the time, like, hey, won't you get Cash App? Hey, won't you get Cash App? And you know what I'm saying? He kept saying, no, I ain't worried about it. And it took random stuff to make it finally happen. So he has it now. So he forgot what it was. So because he really don't even use it. He's gonna have to send it to me in a message to let me know what it is so I can send him some money for his birthday. I wanted him to have a couple of dollars on top of whatever he was gonna take with him when he go out of town for his birthday so that he can enjoy himself and not have to really worry about nothing. Anyway, this is somebody who I'm really cool with. He and I came in like at the same time at my last job, and he's just always been cool. He's very laid back. He liked to talk a lot, which is the opposite of what everybody else thinks about him. Everybody thought he was quiet. I actually thought he was quiet until, we started sitting together, and he'll like talk my ear off about certain, MMA and wrestling, all kinds of little stuff like that, right? What is going on? So anyway, just dropped this gift off, and now I'm headed to the house. Oh, y'all, I'm so tired. Y'all, my job is trying me. I might get drafted to work on my day off. I'm like, can I please have my days off? Like, come on now. My partner came up to me after he came back from his break and was like, yeah, you might want to put in your 7th day. Did you put your 7th day in yet? I looked at him sideways and dropped my jaw like, what? He was like, yeah, you might want to go ahead and put your 7th day in. Because he know I don't play that. And I think that because I finally got a day off, that in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm at the bottom of the rotation list. I don't have to work. I'm not going to have to work. They should have enough people. This is what I'm saying to myself. And this is going to be the second week in a row that he done saved me, because it was like 48 hours left before I would have been screwed. Because you have to put in your stuff 24 hours in advance if you're going to say that you don't want to work on your 7th day, and they actually end up assigning you, then you're going to have to come. And if you don't, you end up getting occurrences. So anyway, y'all, I put that in because I feel like they're going to try me. But the problem is, as of right now, the draft that they have up, it says that myself and the side heifer are going to be working together. And I'm like, why y'all have... This is why I don't like coming in on my days off. It's like every time they want me to come in on my days off, almost every time they sit up there and they'll try to put us together. And it's like, for what? And then, like, in my department, they have somebody who actually works in her department. They have the same home department, and then somebody who has my home department. Why not switch us out if I'm going to end up having to work over there? Now, I don't know if I end up working and it still stays the same, whether or not she's going to go and switch with somebody else. I hope she does, because I don't have time for it. But I'm sick and tired. Now, what might save me is that this other person that's in her home department, he didn't show up to work today. Now, I don't know what's going on with that, unless he put in for today and tomorrow off, which he's somebody who does not have any time. So I'm trying to understand how he keep putting in vacation and he ain't got no vacation days, but go off though. I want to know. They still have him up there like he gonna work with us tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, because he filled out the paper the other day, but he made it seem like he was doing it for Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Unless they made a mistake again, y'all. I don't know. So anyway, let me tell y'all what's going on. So I think I didn't upload yesterday. Now, I was exhausted, y'all. Let me make sure ain't no police or nothing behind me, because everybody and their mama out. It's a school day. The traffic is ignorant. Like, I don't be having time. And this person that's driving behind us is losing their mind. Like, they whipping. They keep going. Y'all, I got to hurry up and get from right. Please go around me. I can't even talk no more. Please get over. Thank you. Get on by. Like, they in an Altima. Of course, it's somebody in an Altima every time. Now, I don't see nothing wrong with Altimas. Like, I like how they look. Everybody and their mama got one. But of course, you're in an Altima and you whipping lanes like you in a movie. You're not in a speed movie. You are not in a speed movie. You are not in a racing movie. What is you doing all this? Fuck. Doing the most. So anyway, y'all, my bad. So, y'all, yesterday, them people about took me all the way through. I ain't even realized it after I got home. So I got home, ate breakfast, and I stood up to go and do stuff. Cause it's some things I got to do around the house. Man, do you think I did anything? No. So I stood up. I was like, oh no, my body was killing me. I was like, I don't have time for this. I didn't realize I did the most at work until I stood up and walked away. So I was like, yeah, I don't have time. Now, yesterday, it was so bad yesterday in the new department. I'm talking about, it was so... I'm trying not to relive it, but it was so bad over there yesterday that when I went on my last break, I was trying to help out the woman who was the breaker or whatever, right? She has a system, and I know how she is. She's socially awkward, and a lot of people just be trying to look at her sideways and all that. And I'm like, hey, do what you do. But I understand her process, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, disturb her. I know what she got going on. I fully understand what she's trying to do. So I was going to make it easy on her. I was like, hey, what's up? What you want to do? And so she was like, I got stuff I'm trying to get done. Can you, can I give you your break a little bit later? Which means I pretty much was probably going to end up taking my break the last 30 minutes of the day, which they don't want us to do no more because they haters. But anyway, so I was happy about it. I was like, yeah, that's fine, cool. So 10 minutes later, I could tell that she was talking to the supervisor, and I guess they saw that she was overwhelmed, or she stopped them and, let them know that I needed to take my last break and that she had her breaker stuff she had to do. And so they were like, oh, well, it's okay. We'll, break her out. So the supervisor came over there, right? He was like, all right, I'm going to break you out. I said, okay, cool. Y'all, I went to my break, and I said to myself, let me just come back 5 minutes early, because when I tell you my area set it off the entire day, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody please do something. Come on, sir. Please get on down the road. Ease on down the road somewhere. So I was like, okay. Y'all, I came back. The supervisor appeared. I don't know where he was, because when I came back, all I saw was everybody but him. So he appeared like 2 minutes later. And he was like, hey, I hope you enjoyed your break. And then he proceeded to say, I'm so happy to see you. So when he said that, I started laughing. Like, I bust out laughing like I really was calculating. Because it's like, why would you say that? And so in my mind, I was like, I feel like you said that because it's been too crazy over here, and you had to deal with my area while I was gone. So you're relieved that I'm back. And he died laughing, y'all. Like, it when I tell y'all, it took me through yesterday. They had 5 people who had to stay over yesterday, right? I said, if they end up rolling up on me to my head, you got to stay over. I said, I might walk up out of there. My mind was already gone. He continuously thanked me for my patience and all this other stuff. Because if you don't have the slightest bit of patience, if you are somebody who don't have patience in general, and you would have worked where I worked yesterday, you probably would have went out to your car if you are a gun owner and retrieved your gun and came up in there and shot it up. I'm sorry. It was too much. Like, I'm sorry to be, go there, but it was too much. It was really too much going on yesterday. So anyway, today it was a little bit better. Still had little issues or whatever, but it was better. So yesterday when I was leaving out, let me turn my car off. Yesterday when I was leaving out, I was gathering my things, about to leave out, and so I saw this woman filling out this paper. I said, "What you doing?" She told me she was filling out paperwork for this job, hiring within. And so I was like, "Oh, okay." So it's actually a job that's back in the new department. And so I was like, "Okay." And it's crazy because she told me she would never do it like I did. I saw how it is back there, and I'm looking like, no, what I'm not finna do is that. Like, it really makes you be like, no. But all the stuff we be going through, all this overtime that we don't want, like, I just want my normal days to be paid. I want to be paid nice and to not have to work unless I want to work over. Okay? I don't want no overtime. Leave me alone. So she's exactly like me. Like, she only works when they force her to work. She don't volunteer for nothing. So she was like, are you gonna apply? I was like, I don't know. I said I might need to, because you doing it like ever since that round table thing, I said, well, if you gonna stay over, I'm gonna stay over, because she lives like kind of far away, and she's exhausted when she get off. Most of the time she be working 12s all the time and all of that. So if she can stay over, and I live here in the city, I was like, well, the least I can do is stay over too. I stay over, and I'll voice my concerns too. So, you know what I'm saying? We be rooting for each other. And so I said to myself, you know what? I said I'm gonna think about it, because I've had too many people to approach me about working back there. And I'm talking about having a completely different job, not just every now and again when they need me or whatever, or I'm at a certain, part of the rotation list. The lower you are on the rotation list, the more they will put you back there. And so as you rise, excuse me, I can't even speak this morning, y'all. As you rise up the rotation list, you go back there less and less, unless there's just a need and some other people came in or whatever. Like, it just depends on what's going on. But most of the time, the higher up you get, the more you end up being put upstairs versus being put in the back where the new department is. So anyway, y'all, let me sit back. It's like I ain't got my little board no more. I have more cardboard that I have to dispose of, so I haven't taken this to the dump yet. So put this in there. Oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to block that out. I hope I remember. I don't know if I'm gonna remember or not. We shall see. But anyway, dang it, it's the wrong way. My bad, y'all. So anyway, try to make it so y'all can halfway see me. So yeah, y'all. What else? So, like I was saying, a lot of people have approached me about jobs back there. There have been like 2 different jobs that keep popping up there, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. And it's like the fine print is what scared me, because it made it seem like there's going to be overtime, and I'm like, I don't want to come in on my days off. Now, in the back, you work 12 hours on your days that you work, and on your last day of work, you come in and work 6 hours, which is, of course, half for your shift. And it equates up to 40 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I think, because it's some place, it's 1 or 2 different classifications in there where they work 42 hours a week. So that's why I'm saying that. I don't want anybody to be like, well, duh. Like, no, that's not how it is for everybody. So I think everybody gets 40 hours. Almost everybody that works back there, that works that normal schedule, whether they work on, the shift that I come in with, or come in on because they have already come, because they get there 4 hours before me. Or the people who get there when I'm leaving at my normal time. I don't know. My head hurting, y'all. I can't even think. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Oh, my head killing me. I gotta hurry up and go in here and eat. Anyway, but basically, the woman asked me, am I going to put in for it? I told her I have no idea. But the thing is, that's what I was going to say. I've had so many people to approach me, asking me over the last few months, would I put in for a certain job or whatever back there? These 2 specific jobs that keep popping up. I was like, no. Definitive no, every time somebody would ask me. So as of late, every time somebody approached me, I kind of think about it, and I'm like, no, you need to go somewhere and sit down, because you are already trying to get some change going where you're going to have less time where you're going to be forced to work. It seems like you go set yourself up for failure, and then as soon as you finally get time off, they'll sit up there and hire you to work the other stuff. And then now you ain't going to have no time off. I don't want that. So the fine print, that's what the fine print is making me feel like it's going to be, but I'm not sure. But according to how everybody else's schedules have been going lately, they be over here trying to get overtime. They've been coming in on their days off, working where they can fit in, whether it's their old job classification before they ended up switching over to what they're doing now. That has absolutely nothing to do with that. What I do, if you've already had training on it, coincidentally enough, the guy who is basically T-Pain but bald, he came up to me today and asked me who did he need to talk to in order for him to cross-train so that he can do what I do. And so, I gave him a couple of the supervisors' names and all that stuff, so he's looking into it because he wants to be able to get overtime like everybody else been getting overtime. And I'm just like, I don't want it. I just want my 40 hours and to go home. You know what I'm saying? I just want my regular days and going on about my business. But anyway, to each his own. I ain't gonna knock them for doing what they want to do. So, yeah. Fast forward to today. I thought about it. I came in the door, looked at the paper. I said, I don't know. Then I came right back out. I said, you know what? Let me take this paper back here with me to fill it out. And I took a picture of the job posting, and I had like maybe 5 to 7 minutes where my little machine wasn't doing nothing or whatever. I ain't had no issues going on. Like, I really didn't have to keep an eye out for nothing. So I was like, let me fill this little thing out. This ain't gonna take me but 5 minutes, if that, to fill out. 2 to 5 minutes. Fill the paper out. And I said, you know what? If it's meant for me, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Even though this still is a stepping stone job, this will be a lot better pay. I'm already going through it. Might as well, get paid for it. Like, they are not paying us what we're supposed to be getting paid over there. The guy who has the Widowmaker heart, he has straight up told them folks, I'm not coming over there until y'all pay me what y'all paying the other people that's over there doing. They doing what they do, but we have to go through all this stuff. I'm not coming over there. Don't put me on the schedule for me to go over there. I'm not going. And they have not put him over there. I mean, essentially they can't because of his heart condition. Like, he can at any time, if he wants to, he can say, my heart won't let me. It's too much stuff going on right here or whatever, right? So it is what it is when it comes to that. I filled it out. Like I said, I filled it out, and I was, I prayed over it. I looked at it. I took a picture of it. I said, Lord, if it's meant for me, then let me get this job. If it's meant for the other person who applied for it, who is just as hard of a worker, if not harder, somebody who works harder than me, depending on what's going on, then, let her get the job. We both need it. And so I saw her when I was about to leave out, right? And so I said, I'm going to tell her, because she asked me when I was leaving out yesterday, will I apply? I said, I'm thinking about it, because I've had so many people. Oh, before I get to that part, had so many people to ask me about working back there. Tell me why the supervisor, I don't remember if I said this to y'all the other day or not, but the supervisor that works back there rolled up on me 3 to 5 separate times in the same day and told me that I work very, very hard. He has always noticed that ever since they put me back there to start training. I caught on fast, all this other stuff. He told me he feels as though I would be a great asset back there to do the little stuff that you do back there or whatever. It's an important job and all that. And I told him that several people have approached me about it. I've been nervous about it. I get really anxious about stuff like that, especially if it's unfamiliar to me. And of course you got to learn stuff. I understand that. But if I've already made up in my mind that I'm not going to do something for people to come out of nowhere and be like, hey, you should do this, it kind of throws me off, because it's like I thought I knew what I wanted to do or what I should be doing, but everybody else is seeing something else. Everybody else sees me doing something more. So should I do it? Now, it would definitely help pay wise. So I would love the pay. It's a lot of training, and I'm open to it. Or whatever. But yeah, to make a long story short, either myself or the woman who she applied yesterday, and I dropped my application in there today. So if it's meant for me, it's gonna happen. So I stopped her. That's what I was gonna tell y'all. So I was about to leave and I saw her. And so I had this kind of unspoken situation with her, or where I said barely anything, so that other people who were around us watching us wouldn't know that that's what I was saying. But I touched her and she looked back at me. I said, I thought about it, and either one of us is gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I know that one of us is gonna get it. It is what it is. And so she smiled and she looked at me, because my thing is this, like, there have been so many people at that job who have gotten other jobs, and they are mad at other people who got the jobs. And it's like, why are you mad? However they got it, they got it. Whether they got it and they deserved it, or they got it and they didn't deserve it, it is what it is. Things always get revealed in due time. There have been times that I have been denied things, and I knew that I was overqualified. I really wanted to do it. I knew I deserved to be able to get that job and didn't get it. And just like I had to tell my friend the other day, people do stuff like that all the time, and their job will be right back out there. That has happened to me so many times. I'm talking about they did everything in their power to say, nope, we ain't giving this to you. And you rushed and gave it to somebody else who didn't deserve it. And they got in there, made a fool out of you. And then you had to put the job back up there again. Like, I'm just like, I literally fit every single thing that you put on there and then some. I have done all of these things that you put on here and then some. But you're telling me no. Why? I have everything that you are asking for, but you're telling me no. Okay, so in my mind, now I'm saying it must be something greater out there. This is not meant for me to do at all, or right now. Something is going on, so I'm not even going to question it no more. So yeah, I just had to get to points like that in my life where I have to just say to myself, no, I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time. So it just is what it is, child. So, what else? What else can I tell y'all about? So, if it's meant for me, it'll happen. If not, I ain't worried about it. I just hope that I do get it, because I'm very frustrated. I'm to the point where I'm sorry. I done got agitated. I'm trying not to start looking for another job. Like, literally to leave that one and go somewhere else, because I don't like job hopping. I'm not a job hopper. Normally, I stay somewhere for a good little while before I leave. Before it's time for me to go. When it's time for me to go, I leave. So, I put some good time in at places. So anyway, what else going on? Tell me why the married man gonna walk past me. I went to break late. I think I went to all my breaks late. I don't know what my partner had going on, but I ended up having to go to my breaks late. So he ended up walking back. You could tell he had walked back from going to take a smoke break or going on his lunch or whatever break he went on. So he gonna throw his hand up and wave at me. And I was just like, I should be evil and not wave back. And I feel like he did that to test the waters, to see whether or not I would wave back or would I roll my eyes or something in disgust. Because it's like, how dare you sit up here and lie to people like you and I be having sex? We don't do nothing, sir. You need to go on somewhere. Anyway, there was one more thing I wanted to tell y'all. So myself and the side heifer's cousin, who was my partner, we all worked together today. It was me, him, and the socially awkward woman, right? So we were trying to figure out where this one person was, and he didn't show up. I don't know what he had going on, but he did not show up. So like after 15, 20 minutes, my partner showed up. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess the other person just didn't show up. They never updated the schedule to say that the person called out or anything like that. Like, we don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. So He came back there. He started working. I gave him a heads up and let him know that we went through it yesterday and that, he might have a better, outcome because he's pretty handy. Y'all, I ended up having an issue, right? And I was like, oh, my partner back here. So, I'm going to make sure he good over there. And then I'm going to ask him if he could check and see if he can fix what the issue was that randomly just started happening, right? Y'all, that issue set it off so bad. My partner tried and he rolled up on me and was like, yeah, you going to have to go ahead and call maintenance. Because, yeah, if he has to tell me that I got to call maintenance, or if he has to call maintenance, I know it's bad. Because I tried everything I could, and it just randomly started happening out of nowhere, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So, yeah. Speaking of, I think I didn't get on here yesterday and tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what happened yesterday that I'm going to get off here. So, hopefully, I'll be off here by, within the next 4 minutes. Because, yeah, I got, it's 25 and a half minutes into this situation. Y'all, I told y'all, they took me down through it yesterday, right? Took me down through there. I ended up having to call maintenance. The first maintenance man that came is somebody who, he's young, but he normally can get things done. He actually is one of the people who was sleeping with the sour smelling woman at work or whatever, right, child? I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know. Anyway, he's pretty good when it comes to work. So he couldn't fix the issue. He ended up making the issue worse. Now, prior to him coming over there, because I called, I was working on the issue and had tried it. I mean, I had tools and everything. I was doing the most for an hour, a good solid hour on my own, trying to fix it. He came for like an hour, tried to fix it, and he just walked off, and it was still messing up, even worse. I called again and told him what was going on. The person who was normally back there, he came back there. Tell me why he gonna come back there. It's time for my break. He gonna come back there and say, oh, come over here, let me show you what you're supposed to do. His favorite line is to tell me and everybody else that he doesn't mind coming back there to help do stuff or whatever. But every time we call him, he always says that what we've called him back there for is something that we're supposed to be able to do on our own, and that we're really not supposed to call him for. And I just be like, well, at this point, why are you getting paid? Why are you getting paid $30-something an hour and you ain't doing no work? Run me your check then, because you ain't doing nothing. I've been getting more work done than you. You need to run me your check. So anyway, I'm just like, okay, I'm annoyed. I get so annoyed when he do that. He was like, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to watch this for this amount of time, and watch this happen, and whatever, trying to make it seem like after a certain amount of time, he knows that it's going to be a corrected situation, so, for me to pay attention to what he did, right, to all these adjustments. I paid attention to the adjustments, and like I thought, eventually everything started messing up again. And as soon as he went in there, started trying to fix some stuff, I said, let me slip out of here. So I went and told the person that I was going to break, because you got me late for my break. You got me leaving out late for my break. First of all, my period on, and I need to change my tampon. I need to get off my feet. I need to get this strain off me. Leave me alone. Like, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm not, attitudinal or none of that. Ain't none of that going on. Like, I don't really get attitude. Like, I don't get nobody no attitude. I don't normally be snapping at nobody. Not really. You got to be somebody who just irks my soul anyway, and I just get annoyed even more. Like, it got to be something like that. I just don't be in the mood. Like right now, I feel okay, but I'm hungry, and it's like my uterus, it feels like it's trying to try me, but it's like, girl, let me calm down, because, you off work, you sitting down now, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to let you live. So I'm all right now. I need to get some tea, and I'm about to start flushing myself. The young dude, he might, hold on, let me see if he said anything. No, he ain't said nothing back yet. He might go get the key limes for me. I hope he does. Because there is a place here that has them. So I'm gonna start going. There are a couple of places, but the place I'm sending him to, I want him to get them from there. So I'm gonna start flushing myself out and all that stuff. Have spring water, y'all. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited because it's gonna taste good, like what I'm gonna do. But it's easier for me to do it when it's cold outside. So anyway, y'all, fast forward. When I came back from my break, that particular mechanic was nowhere to be found. And my area was completely not operational at all. It was non-operational. I was like, oh, okay. But you love to say that we got to do stuff. We're the one who's supposed to fix these issues, even though you maintenance. Okay, y'all. So fast forward. They ended up having the other mechanic, the first one who came, to come back over there again. And so he got it halfway running, whatever. Still was trash, whatever. So it started getting worse. He had walked off, and for whatever reason, it started getting worse. So I was just like, nobody's going to fix it. I'm just going to have to fight it all day, all the rest of the day. So it was so bad, y'all, I barely could get it to move. Anything to move, to do anything. So people came over there, and they were like, so what's going on over here? I explained to them what was going on, and coincidentally, the person who came, a supervisor in that department, the supervisor over the maintenance folks came, and like 2 or 3 other people came, right? And so as I was explaining what was going on, I said, I basically let them know. I gave them a rundown of what all happened. I called maintenance over here. 2 maintenance people came over here. Neither of them was able to fix the issue. I was then informed that I'm supposed to be able to fix the issue, yet neither one of them have been able to fix it. So what makes you think I'm going to be able to fix it? Like, I didn't have an attitude or nothing. I was running down everything that I told them. I was running down everything that happened, pretty much, or whatever, right? And so the supervisor, he was like, okay. And it's crazy because I used to think that man was so mean. Like, a lot of those people that are older, that are like on the brink of retirement and all that stuff, they walk around mad. And I'd be like, baby, you finna retire at any time. Hopefully you live to see it. So why are you walking around like that? I think he just walks around there and just has a stern face. But like when he first started talking to me, he's always really, really nice. He always speaks. Like, so now I'm like, oh, he's friendly. I didn't know that. He really is really nice. And he wants things to work. He wants us to not have these issues like that. And I'm the type of person that I don't have a problem with getting my hands dirty. I don't have a problem with fixing something if it's within my reach, if it's within my realm. I don't have a problem with that. If it's in my wheelhouse, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it ain't. If it's something I can do on my own and I have the tools for it, I will do it. But if I'm calling you 99% of the time, it's because it's something that I cannot do. I have not been taught to do it. No, somebody told me that maintenance they're the only ones who's supposed to do it. Something like that has happened. Something like that has been a part of the conversation. So anyway, he made some adjustments, and he got me back up running pretty okay, better than what it had been or whatever. And so I asked him if he could show me what adjustments he made. He was like, sure. He was really nice about it. I mean, he was really, really, really nice about it. And I was just like, okay. And keep in mind, the maintenance man that told me that we supposed to do this and that all the time or whatever, y'all, this man was not to be seen no more for the rest of the day. I don't know if when I said what I said, the supervisor took it some type of way and told him to go home for the day or what. I don't know what happened. This man was not seen at all. I didn't see him walking to the meeting, because before they leave out, they have to pass through where I work. All of them, the people who are coming in, the maintenance men who are about to come in for the new shift, when they're changing shifts, the shift change or whatever, and the people who are about to leave, they have to all go back and congregate where maintenance is, right? Where their little area is or whatever, right? I didn't see him. I think this man was sent home or he went home. He looked like he went over there and said something to him, though. Like, he seemed like he went over there and was stern with them after I said what I said, because it's like, you love talking about we got to do this and we got to do that. But you've been over here and you made it worse. When I came back from break, nothing was going on. Like, I at least kept it running. Like, even though it was still having issues, whatever he did, it wouldn't even run no more. So, but the fact that you tried to sit up here and make it seem like I'm the problem and I got to keep it running and we supposed to do this and we supposed to do that, and you ain't even got it going. Get out my face. Y'all, I can't do it. So anyway, I think he had something to say to him. I think the supervisor said something to him, and he went on by his business. They get off an hour before we do. So I mean, I didn't see him when I went on my break. Normally I see him in passing, him and the other person that I'm cool with. I normally see, well, a couple. I'm cool with a couple of them, but I ain't see him. I think he got sent home or he left early because he felt embarrassed or something. That's what I think. Saw him today. He barely spoke. I think he's still kind of feeling like the residual heat from yesterday. When I called maintenance, was he the one who came? No, the other guy came. So yeah, I think he's in his feelings and he'll be all right. But anyway, y'all, yesterday was a trip. I'm just nervous about how this job situation is gonna go. I'm trying not to think about it, but I did pray about it, and I need to stick to what I've always been taught to do. You pray about it and don't worry about it. That's what I gotta do. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening to me yammer on and on. Y'all, I'm not even speaking in coherent sentences. See, I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're gonna see what happened today. I don't know if I'm doing anything.